If you had to boil success down to just one single word, what would you pick? Talent? Hard work? Maybe luck? Well, according to motivational speaker Sonu Sharma, the answer is way simpler and honestly a lot more powerful. It all comes down to focus.
And this quote right here, it says it all. What Sharma is getting at is that the big difference maker isn't some kind of secret genius you're born with. It's this one quality. Successful people are just regular folks, but with an absolutely unwavering, laser-like focus. That, right there, is the game changer.
Okay, so to really get what this means, let's go back a bit. Think back to when you were a kid, messing around with a magnifying glass. You know how the scattered rays of the sun are just warm, right? They don't really do anything. But when you take that lens and you concentrate all of that light onto one single tiny point, you create fire. That's the exact principle we're talking about here.
So that's really our definition of focus. It isn't just about paying attention. It's about channeling every bit of your energy, all of your activity, into one specific point to generate a kind of power you just wouldn't have otherwise. But what happens when we don't do that?
Well, Sharma tells this absolutely brilliant story to show what happens. So picture a hunter. He heads into the forest, and he's got a clear purpose, right? To hunt. His goal is set, he's got his bow and arrow, he's ready. But things go wrong, and they go wrong fast.
All of a sudden, he spots a rabbit. Perfect. It's a clear shot, an easy target. He takes aim. His focus is totally sharp. He draws back the bow, and he's just about to let that arrow fly.
But then, just out of the corner of his eye, he spots something bigger, something better, a deer. And he thinks, hang on, why would I settle for a rabbit when I can get a deer? So he lowers his bow, completely forgets about the rabbit, and shifts his entire focus over to the deer.
So now he's tracking the deer, he's getting ready for the shot, when, you guessed it, an even more incredible creature appears, a huge, magnificent stag, and his mind starts racing all over again. Forget the deer, the stag is the real prize here. So he abandons the deer and starts chasing after the stag.
So what do you think happens at the end of the day? The stag vanishes. The deer is long gone. And the rabbit? Nowhere in sight. He goes home with absolutely nothing, probably complaining about his bad luck. But was it luck? No way. Not even close. The fault was his focus, which was scattered all over the place.
Now this is where the story gets really, really interesting, because it points to a much deeper problem. See, the hunter's issue wasn't that he lacked skill, or that he couldn't shoot an arrow. It was something way more fundamental.
And this is the absolute key. His real problem wasn't that he failed to achieve his goal, it was that he never really had one to begin with. Think about it. A target that's always changing isn't a target. It's just a distraction. And without a fixed goal, all your skill, all your effort, it's completely useless. And hey, don't think this is some rare thing. Sharma claims that if you go out and ask 100 people to name the one single goal of their life, 99 of them can't give you a straight answer. They might say something vague, like be happy or make a lot of money. But those aren't focused goals. They're just wishes.
Okay, so if that's the problem, then what in the world is the solution? For that, let's look at an absolute masterclass in focus from the legendary Indian athlete Milkha Singh, the Flying Sikh. His story is just an incredible example of how having a crystal clear goal can change literally everything.
See, Milkha didn't just start with some vague idea of being a great runner. No, he had a ladder of super specific goals. His first goal, just to earn a single glass of milk. That's it, a real tangible reward that got him training. Then, the goal became earning the official India team jacket. It was a symbol, something to belong to. After that, his coach gave him a number, 45.9 seconds, a world record time. And that objective number became his entire world. And finally, his goal got so big it was about legacy, getting a national holiday declared in his name. Every single goal was powerful and real. Now, having a goal doesn't mean the path is going to be easy. You're going to face two huge obstacles. First up, distraction. In London, Milkha got caught up in the party scene and his performance tanked. His response? He went to a mirror and literally slapped himself across the face. Talk about self-correction. The second obstacle is discouragement. People will try to tear you down. But Milkha, he used all that negativity as pure fuel.
Right before a massive race in Pakistan, a rival coach came up to him and said that this race could be the last race of your life. I mean, that's pure psychological warfare designed to break his spirit at the most critical moment possible.
So what did Milka do? He used it. He ran that race as if it was the last race of his life, and he won. This is the masterclass in action. A clear goal is your fuel. You have to self-correct when you get distracted. You use discouragement to push even harder. And you constantly raise your own standards. I mean, the guy literally went from training until he could fill a mug with his own sweat to filling an entire bucket. That's what raising the bar looks like.
And the result of all this insane, laser-like focus? Well, the numbers kind of speak for themselves, don't they? Out of 80 major races he ran, he won 77 of them. That is just a staggering rate of success, and it's all driven by that intense discipline and direction we've been talking about.
So after seeing the disaster of a scattered mind and the unbelievable power of a focused one, the question has to turn to you, because taking that first step, that is always the most important part.
So I'm going to ask you the question, straight up. Not, what are your dreams or what are your hopes? No. What is the one single concrete goal of your life right now? Can you actually name it? Is it as clear as a glass of milk or 45.9 seconds?
Because here's the ultimate takeaway. Your motivation, it's going to fade. Inspiration comes and it goes. But a clearly defined goal, that will push you forward when absolutely nothing and no one else can. It literally becomes your own internal engine.
So we're going to end with this last, powerful call to action from Sonu Sharma. Don't just think about this. Don't just walk away feeling inspired for a few minutes. After this is over, actually sit down and define one goal for your life. Because once you finally have that target, you can finally start aiming your arrow.